Who's Tom and Dick, a weekly podcast with your hosts, Martin Weavers, fighting stage 4 lung cancer, and Patrick Mortimer, living with heart disease. Why not grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit back, and enjoy the chatter as we discuss and share information, talking about tough subjects, and offering help, support, and motivation with a positive mental attitude.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you?
Good morning, Martin. I'm fine, thank you very much.
And another day and another venue, and we're in Bury St Edmunds.
I was going to say another day, another location. The Apex in Bury St Edmunds.
Yeah. We've been here several times to see different people perform, but now we're performing ourselves.
Yes.
and, with our podcast. So how are you anyway?
I'm doing fine, mate. I'm doing fine.
Good Christmas, good New Year?
Yes, very good, mate. Very quiet, but went down as normal, you know, family, friends and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very good. And we're now into 2025, so we'll be starting Series 3, believe it or not, soon.
Well, are we going to have a Series 3?
Well, if we're both still here live and kicking, hopefully we will, yeah.
The people still want us.
Yeah.
Well, today I'd like to introduce you to someone I met during my chemotherapy treatment in hospital. I guess a volunteer, and he comes around and he makes me a lovely cup of tea every now and again, when on Tuesdays normally.
Doesn't have any donuts, does he?
No. But he's not without his own health problems, and I got to admit, I never realised he had what he had until he told me. So I'd like to introduce you to Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hi.
And you've got
Hello, Jim.
You have a Stoma bag, Jim.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Yeah, stone room bag now.
Well, first of all, tell us about you. I mean, what you did before, you know, you came to be a volunteer at Bury.
I was just working in building trade as carpenter, mainly in London for years on end, and then come back to Cornard.
Mm-hmm.
I've always lived there.
But do you know what? I think I've known you for years.
That's what I was going to say.
It's just sitting here so close to you.
Yeah.
And your son.
Yeah.
Blimey. That's amazing. He's served me all this tea all this time.
So how did all this Stoma bag scenario start then?
Well, it really
Jim?
started in 22.
Right.
I ended up having, like, men's problems, wanted to go to the toilet all the time.
Yeah.
I ended up going to the hospital because, first of all, they think it's prostrate. And so I had tests for that. And then I went and had one of the cameras into my bladder. And they found something I didn't like the look of, and they'd took some little biopsies of that, but it turned out okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then as a year carried on, I still had to go back to the hospital for different tests. But then another one, we went to Centre Parks just for a weekend and had a game golf there, and went to the toilet, and it was just blood coming out all the time, all day long. So I was going back to the hospital that week anyway, to the urology department, and I mentioned it then. They said, we should have gone to the doctor, but it don't make any difference. I'm here now. So they booked me in to see the consultant end of Christmas, between Christmas and New Year.
This is 22.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's right, 22. But then in the meantime, Christmas Eve, me and the wife both got COVID, so that was the end of that. And then we got January appointment. They got cancelled because of the strikes, nurses, doctor strike. Same again in February. And then we went to, next one was March. So I had to go and have the camera again.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, we went to St Lucia for holiday, all-inclusive thing. But things were hurting so much that I couldn't, all I ended up doing was drinking water all the time.
Yeah.
Which seems a bit of frustrating when you go up to the bar and ask for a glass of water.
Yeah. Especially when it's all inclusive.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so then come back, have the camera again, and I couldn't really see a lot because there's too much blood. I just couldn't see. So they put it off, and then I had to go back again to be put out and do it properly.
Mm.
Then I went for the pre-op. This is when I realised something serious is going on. Went to the pre-op, and they give me all the leaflets. They said, "Do you know what you're coming in for?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yeah, to have the camera." And that's it. I said, "Oh, no, you've got surgery as well." I said, "Well, don't know nothing about this." They said, we'll have a read of the leaflets when you get home.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I got home, sort of reading the leaflets, got tumour removal. Right. So then I landed up going back to Bury Hospital on my birthday.
All right.
Oh, God, that's a day I remember then.
Yeah. Well, it's also the King's coronation as well.
Right.
Oh, God.
So it's all going on there.
Going on,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it weren't until I went in the operating theatre, because, they keep saying to you, name, date of birth and all that. So I said that. They said, oh, it's your birthday, isn't it? I said, well, yeah. I said, oh, happy birthday. And everyone in there saying happy birthday.
Yeah.
And so, so I come out, and then 2 weeks later, I phoned up the consultant to find out about biopsy on that. They said, can you come in within the next 2 hours? We'll have a chat with you. Yeah. So went back to hospital, and then they said, you've got high-grade bladder cancer, and it's highly aggressive. So you had to decide then.
Yeah.
Or you had to decide what you're going to do.
Yeah. And I take it that was the removal or...
Yeah, or you can have some other treatments.
Yeah. Did they have a recommendation then? What they recommended?
Not really, no.
No, they left it totally to you, did they?
Yeah.
Right.
But then I got transferred to Addenbrooke's then, the case, because they can't do the operations in Bury.
Right.
And so I met with the consultant there again, and I said, I just had the bladder removal. Just get it over and done with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I had to go back into Addenbrooke's again for another biopsy. And then end of July, in to have the thing taken out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
From the moment he said, can you come in within 2 hours, to having the thing out, as you put it, how long was that? Was that 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
No, that day.
Really?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Yeah. So I just had to get in the car with the wife and go down there, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
So when you got these leaflets given to you as well with all the information, were you tempted to look on the internet as well? No, because I think if I'd have been given leaflets, I'd have read the leaflets. I got on the internet and found I'd got 3 to 6 months, which was complete wrong diagnosis for me.
Yeah.
So I think you did right there. So because we always say don't get on the internet, don't we?
Google, yeah.
Don't Google it.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
So you had the op.
Yeah. Had the op. I was in there for a week, and then when I come out, they said, the bag was working when I woke up.
So you had the op and the bag at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, stick it on you.
Straight away.
And they did say I might have to have 2 bags because they're cutting right near the rectum. If that gets touched, you'll have another one, but it'll only be temporary for a few weeks. So I was a bit worried about looking down when I come out of, come round.
Yeah.
But then you see it, yeah. So it's okay. I won't say I like it, but you've got to have it. It's like glasses.
Yeah.
So your bag is just for urine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you get one for both?
Well, you have 2 bags, one side and one the other.
Yeah.
For the bowel.
Yeah.
So when you went in for the op, did you know that the stoma bag was part of the process? So you were all aware of that?
Yeah, they the week before, that's when I was told I was coming in.
Yeah.
And they give me loads of bags, a bit like this one I got on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the listeners, we've actually got one of these bags here because we're not on TV, so we can't sort of show you it. But to describe it, Jim, you describe it, Jim.
Well, only because you can't describe it, Martin.
Well, Jim's the expert.
Well, not really. It's just it's a small bag, really. But it weighs enough once it's full. It's it holds about 300 millilitres. It will hold more, but I recommend don't have that much. Just empty it. Keep emptying it.
Right.
And one bit sticks close to your body.
That sticks on your body.
Yeah.
With the stoma going through.
Yeah. And there's a little hole where that goes in there. And then at the bottom...
release tap, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you press, and then all the liquid comes out.
Just press that, pull the end off,
Yeah.
out it comes.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times a day would you have to? I suppose it depends on what you drink.
Yeah, I was going to say it. Must depend on what
would
you
you
drink.
empty one of these?
Well, that is the problem with this one. Because I keep getting loads of infections, I've had 12 so far since last July.
Wow.
They've recommended I drink 3 litres of water a day, plus tea, a glass of wine, cranberry juice. So quite a few times. And so it works out. I checked it last week, over a day. It's roughly about 15 times just to go and empty out.
Wow.
So it's quite a few times.
That's a lot more times than you'd probably go and have a wee, isn't it? You know, although I suppose you'll getting multiple wees in there, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's smaller than a bladder.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know about you. I reckon I must do over a pint a time when I go for a wee, and I think that'd probably hold about a pint. I reckon. So I'd be forever emptying mine.
Well, a pint's about 500, isn't it?
Is it?
Go and get them tins of beer.
Right, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's way less than that.
Yeah, blimey.
Yeah, even a sort of smallish tin of beer is 400,
450,
isn't it?
yeah, so that's right, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not a medical professional.
Aren't you?
No.
I'd never guess.
But is it the colour of the liquid, is that the same as urine? Is it basically
Oh, yeah,
in the
exactly
bag?
the
So
same,
it goes
yeah.
through the same process,
Yeah.
but instead of the bladder, it goes into the...
Yeah, it comes straight
Stoma
down
bag.
the tubes from the kidneys into the stoma and out.
Out, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I never knew that you had one of these. I mean, you'd served me several cups of tea in hospital, and we'd chatted away, and I didn't even know what, because we'd never mentioned anything like this. And I mean, yours is it's like a bum bag on you.
Well, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been waiting for someone to say about my bum bag in hospital, and someone did.
All right.
They said, "What do you keep in your bum bag?" I said, "Not,
They don't want to know.
not what you think is in there."
Yeah.
I was going to say, because, when you go into any sort of concerts and things, they always want to check in your bags,
Yeah.
don't they? Have you had that scenario?
No, I've had that at the airport.
Have you?
Yeah, because at Stansted, I went to the toilet, or emptied out,
Yeah.
get back to security, but it's such a long way
Yeah.
that there's urine going back in there again.
Yeah.
And then when I got checked, they said, you got liquids on you.
I was going to say, yeah, the liquids
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
thing. How do they...
I said, well, I have and I haven't. And then I said, I explained what was happening. They said, well, we need to look at it. It's all right, with everyone there as well.
Mm.
So I got the...
They didn't make you do it in there in front of everyone, did they?
near enough. Anyone
I'd have thought
could
they'd taken
look.
you to a private
Yeah,
room.
supposed to, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Wow.
guard didn't really know what was going on about,
Mm.
but then realised. So, yeah, off I went.
Because obviously you had to get through from Britain first, so they would understand. Were they understandable?
No, that's where it was.
Oh right.
At Stansted.
Oh, when you said about the guard, I thought you meant
Yeah.
the other side,
No,
because
no.
they call them guards over there, Guardia.
No, I've never had any problems abroad.
Ah,
No one said anything. And I've
Yeah.
got something from the hospital. We've got like this little card explaining what everything is in different languages, so you can just hand
Yeah.
it to them and they can...
I think when you book tickets, there is a option to have, do you need any special requirements at the airport?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
I.e., a wheelchair and things like that. I think you can include stoma bags, and I think you can almost bypass security
Nearly.
nearly
Mm.
and go into a separate security area.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, but that's
Yeah,
what
it
I,
is,
I
yeah.
believe. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, right.
So the best bit's coming back,
Yeah.
because when you land at, say, Stansted, get off the little train and walk towards the passport control, there's people there looking for your little sunflower lanyard,
Yeah.
Ah,
and they just wave you over.
Right.
yeah.
So you might have sort of like 500 people over there, and the most I've ever waited is one person. So
Yeah.
you get out way before your bags come around.
Right. So you
Yeah.
go through with your 2 bags of heroin
Yeah.
and get way through.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So how comfortable do you feel in your daily life wearing it?
Okay, I do find it a bit difficult to bends right over, depending what's there. But I mean, I think that's all the cuts inside, because some of the muscles have been cut. So, yeah, it's all right, really.
Did you worry about having the stoma bag after the operation? Was that something you thought, oh my God, I've got to have this stoma bag?
Well, I don't like it.
No.
And then when I had the stoma nurses come around and they wanted to see your stoma, both of them have said, that's one of the best stomas we've seen for a long time.
Right.
I said, well, that's not what I thought. But, yeah. So, but it is what it is, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got used to it, really, now.
Yeah. I know some people say you forget you got it on, but, well, you do in a way, but not until you have to go to the toilet again.
Yeah.
So it must have been different in the beginning then to what it is now, because you're used to, obviously, a year down the line now with it, and you're used to it. So in the beginning, did it seem strange?
Yeah, I kept thinking everyone could see what I had, but it's not that obvious, really.
It's not.
Self-conscious.
No. It really isn't, and I can say that from someone who's first hand. I didn't even know. So
we've established here today that I'm not a medical expert.
Well, I think we have, Patrick. Yeah,
and you've said that these bags hold around about 300 millilitres.
Yeah, 300, 350.
So how much does the body normally hold, or how much would it hold?
What,
do you know?
The bladder?
Yeah, the bladder. What would the bladder hold?
I reckon about sort of 400.
So not a lot of difference then.
No, not really.
That's just that you're having to consume all this liquid that makes you go to the toilet more regularly. So if you go to a theatre show, then can you sort of say, I want to have a drink so I can sit through the theatre show?
Well, we haven't actually done that yet.
No, right, okay.
But you can get leg bags, extension leg bags. I've tried that at the airport, but it's not very comfortable.
No.
Because you've got this tube sticking that makes your trousers stick up a bit.
Right, yeah.
And then sort of like at night, you can get a night bag, which holds even more. It just connects up and it's down by your bed as such.
Okay.
I've only ever seen the leg bags in women mainly, where I've seen them walking around in shorts where they're not embarrassed at all. They've just got it right down the leg and everything. I think we mentioned about this when we spoke in hospital and all that. But I mean, it's nothing to be embarrassed about, because it's a thing that you've got to have. But
that's right. Yeah.
So it's your day-to-day life just carries on like normal now, does it?
Yeah. It took about 3 months before I could start doing a bit of work. I just wanted to prove to myself I could work again.
Yeah.
And could, yeah. But I was so weak. I mean, when I come back from the hospital, they said that you won't be able to do anything. You'll be so weak, so only just go down the end of your garden and back.
Right.
And I just couldn't understand that, because I thought, well, I've only been laying in a bed for a week. It's only like going on holiday.
Yeah.
So I decided to walk up to the top of the road, got up there, I'd absolutely had it. And I was leaning up against a little old GPO box and trying to get my breath on that. And then someone come around asking if I'm all right.
Yeah.
But so then the next day I did a little bit less and then gradually built it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on medication?
No. Nothing.
No. So
oh, wow.
You didn't have any medication when you come out of hospital, because often when you have those operations, they give you a medication for your body to accept the changes, don't they?
Yeah. No, because it's your own part of your bowel. It's the stoma.
Yeah.
There's no rejection or nothing.
No.
The only thing I had to have when I come out of hospital is, they did give me a little bottle of morphine.
Yeah.
And all these, I had to inject myself 36 days just to stop me blood clotting.
Yeah, yeah. So you said you had some infections. Just for people who might be going to have one of these, what kind of how is it around where the tube comes out of you, or?
Oh no, nothing like that.
Is it infection in your whole body?
Yeah, just when it does come on, which always seems to be on a Friday night when you can't get to the doctors.
Yeah.
Just start getting a real headache. Just don't stop. Feeling really tired, and then getting boiling hot, and then freezing cold.
Yeah.
Going from there, really.
That's exactly the same as mine. When because I had a year of going in hospital, didn't I? And that's exactly how I did. I'd wake up fine. 10 seconds later, I'd be shivering.
Yeah.
And that was the infection.
So what sort of treatments do they suggest for that? When you get that, do they put you on antibiotics or something?
Yeah. But I've been on them so many times.
Yeah.
It's down to just a few that I can have now.
Right.
Mm.
The ones I did have, first of all, were really powerful and normally sorted out within a couple of days. But they've stopped issuing that now because there's too many side effects.
Yeah.
The main one for me is because I went and snapped my Achilles tendon a few years back.
Mm.
It can make that go again.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So don't want that.
No.
You said you tried to get back to, to normal, to do like carpentry and things like that. So people who say like sport minded, I don't know if you're sport minded, can they still do sport with one of these bags?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I went to, I got referred to Kingfisher, exercise class there, which is mainly for people recovering from cancer. But there's only 5 of us to start off with. Then it went down to 3.
Yeah.
And it went like that for ages. So once a week at Kingfisher.
Mm-hmm.
And it has built up a lot of strength. But yeah, it don't stop you doing anything.
No.
Did it affect your mental health, do you think?
Did
you feel down at first, or?
This is my problem, really. It's like I can't talk about my emotions.
Yeah. You're old school, it's like us, really. We were brought up in the 70s where you were told to just get on with things and grin and bear it, weren't you? And talking about things is all new, really, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I don't mind talking about what physically happens. I've got no problem with that at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
But even when we come out from being diagnosed, wife asked me how I felt, and I just couldn't answer.
Yeah.
And then I didn't say really anything to anyone until I went on this Hope course from Macmillan Centre, which was probably the next May. And then that helped me to open up.
They're very good, Macmillan.
Yeah.
They've helped my wife. But I personally haven't needed help.
No.
I just get on with, like Pat says, I've got on with mine, tried to be the happy person,
So do you think you're keeping it all in, all your emotions in? And
Yeah, some have come out, but I know they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's enough support around?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. If you look for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had enough leaflets to start off with. He's sort of a bit overwhelmed with the amount of information.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the other thing I kept doing is all the time, I never thought it was me having the operation or being diagnosed. I always thought it was someone I knew, and I was going along with them.
Yep.
Until the day of the operation, and then it sort of dawns on you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to groups where there was other people with stoma bags then?
No, I hadn't seen anyone with a stoma bag until this September.
Oh, right. Okay.
I hadn't met anyone, didn't know of anyone.
Yeah.
And all the times been going to the hospital, volunteering, never come across anyone there.
No.
I think when you get a diagnosis like that, you think you're the only one for a long time, don't you? And
yeah, but not.
But you're not.
Definitely not.
No. Yeah.
So are there foods that you can't eat and stuff
Food
like
makes absolutely no difference.
No.
Drinking wise makes no difference.
You had alcohol?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, blimey. I'd have thought they'd have made you keep off of that.
Oh, no. Because the night I come back from the hospital stay after the operation, I had a glass of wine straight away.
I bet he was gagging for it.
Well, it's just a taste, because I've only been on water all that time. Even when they said, do you want tea? And I thought that was lovely.
Mm.
But really, it's just celebrating that I got through it.
Yeah.
So if someone was about to go into hospital and have a stoma bag, what sort of advice or experience would you give them today?
Well, yeah, that's a hard one, really.
And what would you like to have received? I mean, would you like somebody to talk to you and tell you about it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
rather than leaflets.
Yeah, when you come out, you're sort of in the dark, really.
Yeah.
You try and do everything. But the only thing is, if you do read a lot about stoma bags, always on there is they leak all the time. And I've had one that's leaked around the end of the tap.
Yeah.
They won't fall off.
No.
Try going swimming, been in the hot tub. They don't come off.
Yeah.
Uh,
So when you change them, are they difficult to get off?
no, you get this, when that's stuck to you,
Yeah.
you've got that little tab, and then you just get this adhesive remover and spray it around there, and it just peels off.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you just wipe yourself, make sure it's all nice and clean, and stick the new bag on.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And how often do you have to change them?
Every 2 days.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I've got to change them tonight.
Yeah.
Because I think to somebody who doesn't know they're going to have the operation, like you didn't know you were going to have the operation, it can be quite daunting. So what you're telling people can give them the confidence that it is okay. You know, it's not the thing you'd want ideally, but it's not as bad as it seems.
Definitely not, no. I mean, Macmillan's did ask me to give someone a ring who was thinking about having that. He had to decide what he was going to do.
Mm.
So I gave him a call, and I just told him what happened to me, not recommending anything at all. And then he got back to me to say, yeah, it did help. It helped make his mind up what he was going to do. And then he went in to have the operation and got it.
Fantastic. Well, that's what I always say about our podcasts. You know, you're one person in the whole wide world talking about what you've gone through, and people will be listening to this who are, going to go through the same thing. Yeah. And then they can see, I mean, you're full of confidence. You seem full of confidence. You are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got no problems.
Yeah. So it's a good thing that we can put out to all our listeners, isn't it, Pat?
It is, definitely. Yeah.
But then when I went back to Addenbrooke's for a checkup in September that year, I then said, I'm going to need another operation because I found something, but we'll leave it till Christmas time, get over the operation first, and then we'll start again. Then I went back Christmas time, and they said, with the biopsy results, where after they took my prostate out, they found some cancer cells on the end of the pipe, water pipe, and so they recommend having the rest out.
Right.
So because you don't want to get this cancer because it's not very nice and you'll die of it.
Yeah.
And I said, do you want to go ahead? I said, well, yeah, come this far. We can't really stop now.
Yeah.
And but then once they said that, I didn't hear a lot more of what they were going on about operation-wise. It weren't until I got home and looking at the leaflets, I was saying to the wife, well, surely it ain't going to do all this. And she said, yeah, well, weren't you listening?
Yeah.
But, well, no, it just goes over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you're there, but you're not there.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And that's
why
how
you
I
have
felt.
to take someone with you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
A colleague of mine had that same problem. He had to take his wife along because he used to sit there for 3/4 an hour being told what was happening, and he used to come out and she had to explain it all again when he got home because none of it had gone in and stayed there, gone in and out just as quick.
Yeah.
So she took notes and all sorts of things. So it must be a sort of a similar feeling for everybody then, if you're experiencing it too. Yeah.
Yeah, and whoever comes with you, they ask different questions again to what you'd ask.
Yeah.
So you had that bit removed, did you, when they said about that?
I went back in there again, and I was only in there a couple of days. They just take the water pipe out, and that's it, yeah. But that operation goes up between your legs.
Oh, okay.
So that was a bit uncomfortable when I come out.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of weeks, it was getting worse and worse, the pain. So I went to the GP, and they had a look. They said the scar's coming open.
Right.
So I'd go back into Addenbrooke's, be restitched.
Yeah.
And it felt so much better after that.
So is there not a team that you can call? Because I have an oncology team at Bury Hospital where you work that I call if I get a problem rather than ring the doctor. So there isn't a team that you can get hold of then, or?
There's like the Stoma, the all part of the urology department.
Right.
At Addenbrooke's, similar sort of thing. But when I went to the doctor's GP, they got in touch with them. Then they called me back to come in.
Oh, okay.
Do you have regular checkups, like 6 monthly or?
Yeah, it's 3 months to start off with. Now I'm on 6 monthly.
Yeah.
And normally go there for blood tests, scans.
I was going to ask if you have scans, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're good because they can keep a track on how it's all going, can't they, and everything like that.
Well, that's been brilliant. You know, I think you've filled in a lot of blanks for me. I mean, we had this conversation with Andy, but it was sort of part of a bigger conversation around cardiac arrest. But I think Jim has given us a lot of info there that's going to be helpful to a lot of people.
I mean, certainly going through the process of it all, you've opened up. So we thank you for that. And I'm sure people listening who are going through a similar thing will thank you for it as well. So
it's good talking to you.
Well, thanks very much, Jim, for your story. It's been great, and I wish you a very happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Have you made any resolutions?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't thought about it.
Well, plenty of time to think.
That's right, yeah. Well, good luck with everything anyway.
Well,
and I'll
good
see
luck,
you.
and thanks very much.
I'll see you in the hospital for another cup of tea.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot.
Interesting subject, Martin.
It was, yeah.
An eye-opener in many ways, don't you think?
And something I never actually knew anything really about. So I thank Jim for coming in today. That's another topic that we've ticked off our list that we wanted to talk about, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Okay, well, we'll be back next week. Same
we will
time,
be.
Same place.
Yeah, on Who's Tom and Dick.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Who's Tom and Dick podcast with your hosts, Martin Weavers and Patrick Mortimer. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or your favorite streaming platform. New episodes are available every Friday. Thanks for tuning in.